Xin chào quý vị đã đến chương trình của Hội đồng Người Mỹ gốc châu Á tại quận Marin. Chương trình này là một trong những chương trình dành cho tháng Người Mỹ gốc châu Á và văn hóa. Hôm nay chúng tôi sẽ nói về cộng đồng làm nail, hay có thể là gọi là ngành làm đẹp tại Mỹ. Chúng tôi có mời hai cô làm ngành nail để nói về những kinh nghiệm của họ. Good afternoon everyone. Thank you for being here. For the event that being hosted by Asian American Alliance of Marin. Tonight program gonna be is a series of program for the Asian Heritage Month. We invited tonight we're going to talk about the nail people who work in the nail industry, and or we can call it beauty industry. We invited two nail technicians to talk about their experience with the industry.
And also, so we're going to play a video that is about the Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative. And then we'll go into the two guest speakers. And then we also have a staff, Tony Nguyen, who's from the collaborative, to share with us some statistics later on. So I'll start with the video.
Trong hơn 15 năm qua, Liên hiệp ngành móng tay lành mạnh đã tổ chức và đòi hỏi công bằng cho cộng đồng nhân viên và chủ nhân trong ngành thẩm mỹ móng tay Bắc và Nam California để cùng giải quyết các vấn đề liên quan đến sức khỏe, an toàn và quyền lợi chung. Qua đại dịch Covid-19, chúng tôi đã hỗ trợ và sát cánh cộng đồng trong công việc trợ giúp cho hơn 600 nhân viên trong ngành nail đăng ký các lợi ích cộng đồng, cùng giúp đỡ các chủ nhân ngành nail có thể mở cửa trở lại một cách an toàn. Liên hệ với chúng tôi để biết thêm thông tin và cách tham gia. Thank you, Emily. I'm very honored to be here tonight, and we will talk a little bit about the California Healthy Nail Collaborative maybe later on. First of all, I want to introduce one of our members. That her name Tina. So she will be talking in English. Okay, Tina.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, hi.
Yeah, hi, Ann.
Okay, hi. Okay. Okay. Can you talk a little bit about yourself and how long you live in the United States and what make you become a nail technician?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I start, huh?
Yeah.
My name is Tina Bui, and I came to United States since the end of 1988. So when I came here, I just finished high school from Vietnam. So I arrived USA with 6 younger siblings. So I needed a job right away to support the family. So my mom's friend told me about nails business, because in Vietnam, I was embroiderer and I'm a dressmaker. That's why when I just came here, my mom's friend introduced me into nails business. She said, I love to work with hands, by hands, like details. So she told me that to become a nails technician, you only need to go to school for 3 months full time, and you don't need that much English. And it was perfect for me. And I'm very good working by hands, and I only spent 3 months in school, so I can find a job immediately to work and help the family. Also, in the long run, I'm very independent. I want to be on my own business, so that's the only business that is perfect for newcomer in USA at that time. 34 years ago, there wasn't a huge Vietnamese community like right now, so that was a perfect job for me. And I've been doing nails for 26 years total now. And I've been working in Marin County for I've been doing nails for 27 years, and I've been working in San Rafael for 26 years. San Rafael, Marin County here. So that's about my story. And I still love to do it because, like I said, it's very good. I'm very good at it. Now, after 26 years, 27 years doing nails, I'm very good at it. And you can hear that my English is much better than 34 years ago, that I can learn English. When you are the oldest kid of 7, I was 22, and I have 6 youngers. So I help my brothers and sisters through school by doing nails, and my family too. That's why that's all about me. And I still like to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, ask me, and so I can give you more.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Tina. Can you tell us a little bit about why you involved with the California Healthy Now collaborative?
Yes.
Yeah.
8 years ago, I've been working in Marin County, so I met Cô Vân and Juven Liu through Santa Fe community group. So I went there once, and then Cô Vân, I think she retired now, but Juven Liu is one of the Vietnamese leader in Santa Fe. So I have met him, and he's introduced me into Healthy Nail Salon collaborative in Oakland. Yeah, that's why I joined this group for 8 years now, and it's helped me a lot. Not only learn about how to work in the healthy salon, I learned about history and everything, a little bit of everything. So I really appreciate California Healthy Nail Salon collaborative, that I learned a lot from everything.
Yeah, I think just like I heard your story, like you're working in the nail industry for 26 years. So we have a lot of questions. Maybe we can put that later on.
Okay.
Yeah, we open for that. And thank you, Tina. The next person I want to look at Mộng Thu. And she will talk about, yeah. Hi Mộng Thu. Ok, em tắt cái phần dưới này. Im mute cái phần dưới. Ok.
Yeah. Bây giờ anh nghe chưa?
Nghe rồi. Ok.
Dạ.
Ok. Bây giờ em nói về cái em đến Mỹ thế nào bắt đầu công việc về làm nail thế nào. Yeah, I like to ask her about the history when she come to United States and what make her choose to be the nail technician.
Em tên là Mộng Thu Phạm, qua Mỹ hồi năm 1987. Thời gian đầu thì em rất khó khăn, ngôn ngữ rất là khó khăn.
Ok, nhân Phạm có thể translate.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. My name is Mộng Thu Phạm. I came to the US when in the 1987. In the beginning, it was a very tough beginning for me.
Tôi không hiểu biết tiếng Anh. Tôi làm nhiều ngành nghề nhưng không thích hợp.
I did not speak a lot of English, and I worked a lot of different industry, but this was not a fit for me.
Cho đến khi tôi nhận thức có ngành nghề sắc đẹp cho phụ nữ, cho nên tôi chọn ngành làm nail đẹp.
Until I realized there was an industry for beauty for women, so I chose this career.
Vì tôi là phụ nữ, cho nên tôi chọn nghề làm ngành móng tay, tương đối dễ dàng cho tôi về sinh ngữ.
I'm a woman, so I chose to work with a nail or be a nail technician. Is very good for myself.
Tôi không thông thạo Anh ngữ bằng những người ở địa phương này.
I don't speak a lot of English like people who live here.
Lý do tôi bước vào ngành nail, lúc đầu tôi làm công cho người ta, sau đó tôi có một số vốn mở tiệm nail.
In the beginning, I was working for someone else, a different owners, but later on, I was saving money, so I have enough money to open my own nail salon.
Tôi muốn tự mình làm chủ. Ngành nghề nail tôi rất là thích.
I wanted to be owners of a nail salon because of the career. I really enjoy working in the beauty industry.
Về sau tôi biết chương trình California Healthy Nail. Tôi tham gia chương trình California Healthy Nail.
Later on, I found out about the California Healthy Nail and I joined to be a member of it.
Tôi nhận thức ra tôi mới thấy hóa chất độc hại và các anh chị em phụ nữ đã sử dụng trong nhiều năm qua.
I realized the chemical in the nail industry are very harmful for your body, and understand how a lot of the workers or technicians have been working with this harmful chemical.
Nhờ đó về sau tôi tự bảo vệ bản thân của tôi.
Because of that, I wanted to protect myself and the other technician.
Thời gian tôi làm việc có triệu chứng da mẩn đỏ, chảy nước mắt.
There was a lot of things that I experience, for example, itchy skin and my eyes start get red and tears.
Thời gian tôi làm việc có triệu chứng da mẩn đỏ, chảy nước mắt, khó thở.
My conditions of skin is with itchies and my eyes got tear ups a lot. In addition, breathing was difficult.
Mắt bị đỏ và mờ đi nhiều.
My eyes started to get lose the vision. I cannot read clearly.
Ở Hoa Kỳ, Sacramento, ở San Francisco, để đòi hỏi quyền lợi cho phụ nữ, tôi lên Sacramento cùng anh chị em member.
In Sacramento and in San Francisco, I joined a group of members to advocate for my rights. And
những người tham gia Healthy Now đòi hỏi có dán nhãn hiệu trên website hóa chất độc hại cho mọi người coi.
The Healthy Nail members advocated for labels on the nail polish.
Yeah.
And then
Quyền
also,
lợi
and then also on the website.
Quyền lợi BBC. Chính phủ phải có thông tin bằng 2 ngôn ngữ tiếng Việt.
And also she advocated for the right of having two language, Vietnamese and English.
Cho tất cả anh chị em trong ngành nail rất là thiếu thốn thông tin tại vì giới hạn ngôn ngữ.
A lot of the nail technician in the industry have limited access or have limited to understand because of the language different.
Bị phạt vô tội vạ. Tôi muốn đề cập thông tin thường xuyên và đó là ngôn ngữ tiếng mẹ đẻ của tôi. Bị phạt vô tội vạ, bị phạt vô cớ.
I got fined a lot for no reason.
Tôi muốn đề cập thông tin thường xuyên và đó là ngôn ngữ thứ tiếng mẹ đẻ của tôi.
I want to have access to information, but in my mother tongue language.
Là tiếng Việt để anh chị em trong ngành nail có thể hiểu được luật họ tuân theo.
So people in the industry can understand the languages and so they don't get fined.
Thay vì tiếng Anh.
Instead of English.
Trong thị trường làm nail rất là nhiều người Việt Nam.
In the nail industry, there's a lot of Vietnamese.
Gia đình nào hầu như cũng có người thân làm nail.
In every Vietnamese family, there is at least a few people that work in the industry.
Đòi hỏi ghi rõ nhãn hiệu những hóa chất nào tốt, những hóa chất nào không tốt. Đòi hỏi.
I want the chemicals, the toxic chemical to be labeled. And then the healthy, or not healthy, but like the good chemical to be labeled in Vietnamese.
Okay.
Cho mọi người coi để có sự chọn lựa.
So the people can see and they can choose the chemical they want to work with.
Tôi thật lòng cảm ơn mọi người đã dành cho thời gian quý báu để lắng nghe.
Thank you everyone for spending your night to be here to listen to me.
Okay, thank you Mộng Thu. Yeah. I think very interesting story. Okay, thank you. And we will put the Q&A maybe later on. So if you have any question, we can put that maybe in the end. Yeah. So now we can go ahead to, introduce myself. My name is Tony Nguyen. I'm the program coordinator and also the media working for California Healthy Nail Collaborative. In Vietnam, we call the ngành móng tay lành mạnh. Yeah. So okay. The nail salon industry. I think everyone see that for last 3 years, they go the triple, and a lot money spent on the nail services. In the 2019 alone, to be $8.36 billion. The sector that continue to roll on the new immigrant. Small business owner. Next one, the nail salon worker in California alone, we have 400,000 nail technicians with a license. On 400,000 nail technicians, we have about 69% are Vietnamese, and 95% are women of reproductive and recent immigrant. And the annual income average about 27,390. Here the study we do that before the pandemic. Here we're talking about the issue affecting the toxic. I think we already hear a lot from from Tina and Mok too about the toxic and the unsafe workplace that happened for many years. The nail technician may have experience serious health issues such as asthma, skin rash, and reproductive complications. The nail technician may work up to 70 hours per week and are exposed to toxic chemical found in nail products. The nail technician also, who are pregnant and want to become the pregnant are a very red risk for the complication such as the diabetes, miscarriage. Also the nail technician report that relate to ergonomic body pain, unjust working condition. The nail technician often experience a labor violation and wage theft. Many nail technicians are low-wage workers who are mostly misclassified and independent contractors. Instead of employee, we deny them access the rest of the meal break, overtime and sick pay, worker compensation, and other benefits. Example, a lot of modern working in the nail industry, they don't get the benefit like we do, like we were working from 9 to 5. So they thought very difficult for them. They have to pay for own insurance, or they have, or if they low benefit, they can apply for the medical. So that's very difficult because if they have more than 2-3 children, that's very difficult for them to survive it. So if we see this picture, the way violation of Vietnamese nail salon worker in California, that's that one from 2018. You can see that pay less than minimum wage. Even we're talking about California, in San Francisco, like maybe like $15, and they pay less than that. And Alameda and Bay Area, 89% they not pay overtime for more than 8 hours of work, and 24% they pay late. 23% even work during break. So we can see the whole picture, and here a lot of them they working really hard and they didn't get paid enough for their work. Yeah, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Only 1% of the survey workers continue to get paid after salon shut down. Here the survey we do that during the pandemic and after the pandemic, and we find out that, and only 6% of the owner able to continue paying employee. The closing of the nail salon, such lack of the income, had left workers struggling. Mostly a single home income household or those with the family member who the job also have been impacted to the COVID-19 shutdown. We go more about that because like I think the nail industry really struggled during the last 2.5 years. Maybe we can talk more that about later. The policy advocacy, and here you see the picture. We went to the Sacramento. I think Moktu and Tina mentioned early. We go to Sacramento, and we went to the different county. We try to be the testimony, and we try to do hearing, and then let the lawmaker know, how important is that we need to change the law. Yeah. We California Healthy Nail, we helping a lot of nail workers during the pandemic for the EDD. So that's a problem with a lot of nail worker and nail owner. If they don't know how to read and speak English, and that's very difficult for them to really to but apply for EDD because they are English and they have a lot of I don't know anyone here did that. I mean, that's just very difficult. So we're helping them do that for during the process that, and also we try to working with the government, try to change that. So later on, if someone like need to get apply for EDD, and they can see the language they ask for. Example, they want to have the Vietnamese, so they can add the form in Vietnamese, so they can fill out that. Next one. Yeah. In order bill, we try to work on that. SB 65. We try. We ask for provide universal basic income from 1,000 to 1,200 per month for low income pregnant people. Require medical to provide duplicate care to all pregnant and postpartum people on the medical who would like one. Also expand the medical postpartum care to 1 year. We also organizing leadership development, support owner and worker to speak to media about their story. Plan seek to help the community member critical about think about the current moment. We also organize for leadership development. We have many training. Last couple of years we do mostly like not in a person, so we do a lot online training like anti-racist, anti-harassment. We do a self-defense. I think I did mention about we do research during the pandemic for last 2 years. The personal care product study, the COVID-19 reopen survey, so we can find out, the nail technician before the pandemic and during pandemic and after the pandemic. Yeah, and I also suggest, we also product, not with product, we also collab with one film producer to make the one of the document movie. I suggest anyone, if you can have time, you can watching on HBO Max. They call the Not So Pretty. That's the one you can see a lot of like outline. Some of them even have a cancer during that. During the time they're working in nail salon and healthy nail salon program. That's our logo. Here they need the thing we working with most of the nail worker and nail owner to use the nail police that do not contain to toxic trial. Number 2, use save the nail police, remove such accident, avoid use nail police thinner, wear neutral glove and ventilation, especially for the artificial nail service. We meet with them like almost like every year. We just check all of that, and we just remind them to even suggest them, buy the, I can call like organic nail product. So I think that's good for even for the customer. They can have the joy. They can have like, okay, I can use that one, or I can do this one. So also this one the requirement for install mechanical ventilation unit in every nail shop. They need to have that. Use safety artificial nail product. Train all the nail salon staff on safe practice. Do not allow any customer to bring any product unless they meet the program. So that a lot of now customer, they walk in there, but the own product. So I think we just like remind all that, and we need to let them know like they have a right to say no. We expand from the Bay Area to the Los Angeles County for last 10 years. We usually locate in the Bay Area. I think mentioned that in our office in Oakland. And now we expand to like San Mateo, San Jose, and now we go to the Los Angeles and especially Orange County that are located to a lot of Vietnamese nail salon open in Orange County. Yeah. Okay, you have any question? Can call us or email us any question. So yeah. So now the time we can have the Q&A.
We have questions for Tony or Tina or Muktu.
I have a question for Tina. Tina, you said you really liked the nail salon beauty business. I want to hear what you like about it.
I really like about it, like I said earlier, I am embroiderer and a dressmaker. I love detail works by hand. That's number one. Number two, because 34 years ago, when I just came here, I didn't speak English well. I didn't even have a chance to go to school for ESL. ESL is a short name for English as a second language. Yes. I was 22 years old. I only have my mom. She didn't speak English at all. And I have 6 younger siblings and they need to go to school. They were younger than me. So that's why I love it because, you know, I'm a Taurus, okay? So I'm a very strong person. So number one, and I like to work in the job, but I don't want to wash dishes. You know what I mean? Everybody like different, but me, I like to do like an art by hands. I see. To be a nail technician, you only need to go to school for 3 months in school. And plus, USA is a new for me. I came from Vietnam when I was 22 years old. So I want to learn the best to learn about the new country, the new culture, talking directly to the person who's sitting in front of you. And I see 10 clients a day. You know, like California is a melting pot. Each customer came from totally a different country, culture. So I love it. That's how I learned my English. I have been in USA for 34 years. I only been in ESL class for 3 months. So you can hear my English now. That I learned my English from each of my clients is my English teacher. Yes. And some of them very easy, some of them very difficult teacher. So that's why, thanks to them, that because they've been difficult to me, so I learned English. And you can hear that I have my accents because I came here when I was 22, since I was 22, but I speak English that I can understand a lot. And I don't speak very well, but I understand a lot. So that's how I like about that.
Yeah. Thank you. You speak very well. And
thank you very much.
That you like the artistic part of it right now. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Next, Nancy. Thank you, Tina. Nancy, do you have a question?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Tina, you're a Taurus. Happy birthday soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's coming.
I had a question about, well, we all know it has dangerous chemicals in the polish. Has OSHA or whatever the labor Department of Labor organization deals with these products, have they banned certain products to be used yet, or where are you exactly with that? You mentioned that customers could bring in their own products, but then they're often asked not to bring them in because they have those chemicals. Do you have a list of products that you could show us or share with us so that we know not to buy it?
I can add a little bit that in that question. You don't mind that? Yeah, we have like we try we have the site in our website, and also you know, like outside that we have maybe like 100 of them. You know, like even hair product, the hair dryer, and even the cologne we wear. You know, every day we don't know that, you know, everything makes it smell that a lot toxic there. So if you're interested in that, you can come to our website, and that's why we try to pass the bill now, so let people know. And the thing about now, even we know that the toxic, everyone know that, but the government don't do anything. Until the bill passes. So okay, you have to put that, you have to list that on the website or list that on the border of the so example, like, you know, we talking about smoking before, like, you know, 20 years ago, you know, we can buy the, you know, the pack cigarette everywhere, But now you can see that on the pack of cigarette, they have, they can warning you. So we want that in the future, like, we have to have, so people can make the choice.
So my question is, how can we have the nail policy company to label each of the product that is not harmful to you, like what the Tabasco, cigarette does? How can you work on that? I think that should be the main thing we should really work on it. And that's that's my number one question. Number two is how does the Marin County, does it county-wise, do we all kind of have any kind of awareness in Marin County? How can we target at least Marin County salons? So those are my two questions. Number one, how can we have the company label them at the border? And then number two, how can we influence the Marin County nail salon and the people? How can we do that?
Yeah, we have the witness now. We have Tina, we have Mom Thu, we have like maybe 100 nail worker out there, and they complain every day. Like we're talking about like 20 years ago, in the Asian Health Services clinic. The reason that California Healthy now, about early 2000, doctor complain like we have so many Vietnamese women coming, and they complain the same problem, like they have allergy, and they sneezing, and they skin crack, everything like that. And we start do the survey on that time. We ask them like, okay, where you come from, where you work, and that's funny when we see that we do a study like over 50%. They said they're working in nail industry. I think that one they start that, and we talk about Marin County right now. I mean, a lot of people like that's a very healthy county. I can say that very rich county. I think the problem is the city and also the state and even the federal. They know that, but I don't know, they know that the toxic, but they still allow them to sell it, allow people to buy it. The reason why, because they cheaper, a lot cheaper, and a lot of money. They can change the name. Today maybe to do like, or maybe today the name like Rose, to maybe tomorrow the name different, like Lisa, whatever they do. So that's the problem, and no one really go expect all the product outside in the market. So I think that we want to pass the bill, like we not only the state, also in the federal, everything on the market, they need to have the label, and so the customer can see that. A consumer can see that, and also even on the website, they need to post all of that. Now just we try to pass that law. I know, but we don't know how long, but we still try to find that. I don't know that should be like answer, but I think that's the thing we try to working on that, and we have a lot of testimony. Go to Sacramento, and actually last week we not the ones. Next couple of weeks we will go there again. So we find them, let them know like all the chemical out there. A lot of them really danger.
Yes, and I want to just add one thing. Vin and his team at the Asian Advocacy Project have been working very closely with the nail salons in Marin County on a lot of these things. So Vin would be another source to get a better understanding of what's going on also on the ground in Marin County.
And also I can add something like that. You can see like the company, they are all the billionaire, and they use a lot of money, a pound. So like just example, they give out a lot of product, a gift for the woman, and they can use that. After you that and dig with that, you can walk in the Macy's, you can walk into like any mall in the United States. You can see that they give out a lot of stuff. Even when we do the hearing in the Sacramento, they one side, we are another side. They the one always people wear the tie and the suit, and they give out a lot of product, beauty product, and people just take it. Now, easy for them to really do that. That's the way they are, because the money talk and in United States. So
yeah, Tony, this has been very illuminating, which is really important for other people. And I sent this out to a larger body of people in the community, but every narrative needs to be heard. So I respect what you're doing, because you really take care of this community.
Thank you, Ma.
So another kind of a parallel that I just came back, I was camping for 4 days and had no internet, but I'm on the Marin Interfaith Council, and I have friends that are working for Golden Gate Village. And if you probably know that's the Marin City community. And we just email after email and writing letters to the editor and showing up. We are going to have Stephanie Moulton Peters, supervisor, showing up at our prayer breakfast in May. And so to me, I'm kind of going, you have to work on this. I'm wondering how have you worked on getting local support, like here in Marin County, Marin County supervisors, because you get them hearing your narrative to then push your agenda, if that makes sense. And so,
that makes total sense.
Yes, when I came back home today, and Stephanie Moulton Peters says, we're coming to your prayer breakfast. And the head of Golden Gate Village Residents Council, the apartment complex, it's been in decay for years because they're African Americans, right? So you can kind of overlook them. So you have to just push and have community support, and also talk to your supervisors. So I'm just saying, is like, do you have any connection to your local Marin County supervisors?
Actually, we do have that, and we have the team working very closely to like a local legislation supervisor in San Francisco and San Mateo and Alameda. So we every time when we present the bill, we have a lot of support. So I think that also they will go along with us to Sacramento too. So every time when we do the testimony, always think like we have like maybe like 20, at least 20 members, and we come up there with with them too. So that thank you for saying that.
And so Vin has his hand raised. I feel like maybe Vin, you could also, you might have something to add about what's going on in Marin. Vin, you want to pop in?
Yeah, actually, I think Tony have not respond to Jung Lee's question. Jung Lee's question: what Marin County could do to promote healthy nail salon for the people.
Exactly.
But so I give you the history what I have been done in Marin County. For your information, rolling back 15, 20 years ago, I'm a co-founder of Marin, the Northern California Healthy Nail Salon. That's why I recruit Tina and Mongtu, those people get involved in the leadership position. So my chat at that time is to work in Marin County politics to promote the healthy nail salon in Marin County. I've been working with the supervisors, all the supervisors for 2 years. They never put that item on the agenda to vote, but they keep pushing me back to the county development agency, because they said they are the one who respond for these kinds of environmental issue. So what I did, I went back to the department, talked to the head several times. The reason being they're not able to support it because they don't want to get involved in the lawsuit, because one the county asset a healthy nail salon is when you have signed up as healthy nail salon, the county will issue you a certificate to acknowledge that you are the healthy nail salon. You were using all the clean product. But if the healthy nail salon violate that, the customer not going to go after the healthy nail salon. They're going to go after the county. So that last thing involved. So we've been working on 2 years, never go anywhere. I pretty much give up. But Tony, now you're young enough. Maybe you want to come back. Talk to Julie. Well, the PhD two quad. Those people I still them, right? So I can talk to them, bring you back, and other people back to Marin and do that again. Try again, because the political Marin strand. Most county we work with, we get success. They all recognize the healthy nail salon. They the certificate, but Marin County. Yeah, so Tina will testify in front of the supervisor before.
Yeah.
In Sacramento, we took them all up there many years back.
Washington DC too.
Thank you.
Washington
Yeah,
DC.
thank you that the issue come back again, and if you have enough energy, you can come back. I still around. I can continue.
Definitely. Thank you, Mr. Vinh. Thank you.
Okay, next, Sue, I think you still have a question. And I'm mute.
Yeah, I don't have one question. I have several questions and several comments, but I'll just start with maybe 2 or 3 or 4 and let other people chime in. First of all, I want to thank Tina and the other lady. I didn't catch her name. Maybe you could put it in the chat because I really appreciate it. Their sharing of their experiences, and I have lots more questions for them, but I wanted to do some of the overall. When I saw the picture of the collaborative, I saw that it was a diverse membership. And even though the statistics show, what was it, 69% of the licensed manicurists in California are Vietnamese, it leaves another 30-something% from other ethnic groups. So I really like the idea that this is not just a Vietnamese issue, you know, in the Vietnamese community, but that you have the support and the membership and the collaboration with people who are from other backgrounds. And I did have a question of the Healthy Nail Salon program, which Vinh kind of helped clarify, because in my mind, I was thinking how a lot of the businesses are certified as green. So, you know, and I don't know about in those green businesses that are certified, and they have different levels like platinum, gold, silver, or something. And the more environmentally conscious you are, or when you're building a building and you fit several criteria, as you can get to the top, which is, I think, platinum or whatever. So I was kind of wondering if this Healthy Nail Salon program was similar, and would it even be better to adopt the green program because it's already established? And in Marin and other counties, I remember seeing certain, you know, stores or programs saying, we are green certified, you know, and maybe that is a different route to pursue because there's a precedent. And I don't know what happens if those green certified businesses violate something, you know, like if they were supposed to have better ventilation and their ventilation broke down and they didn't replace it, who gets fined or punished? Does it go to the county because the county certified them, or, you know, who did the certification? So that's one question about that. And
Sue,
then
I'm going to start with one question and then move on to the next.
I have a whole bunch. Okay.
No, but I mean, if I forget your question, that's why we just go one by one. So who would like to take Sue's question?
Vinh, you want to answer that question? You talk about Marin County.
Okay, you're right, because the green mean very broad term for the nail salon. They do have a level that the ventilation of the store, how do you dump your chemical stuff out of it, where do you put it to, and what kind of chemical the nail salon product you're using, what agent was involved, listed in that. So all the things taken into account, then you're going to report it to the county, and the county have the inspector come over to look to your, they do periodically inspection your store, see all the things you lit, you still follow through. That's okay. If you violate it, then they will take the certification back. They are not going to certify you. So the issue come up here is not because what the county criteria, how you follow the thing. When the customer come, they unsatisfied with that, anything that they come back, they get headache or they get rash in their face, they just come back to sue you right away, and without knowing what you actually being cited or being violated in the rule of the green nail salon. So the county don't want to take that kind of chance, that too high the risk, because everyone will go to them to sue them. So for that issue, but for many other counties, how do they do that? Because they actually have the environmental department which is county and marine, don't have that. They are all under one department called development department. So they don't have enough manpower to go around. So when we advocate in Oakland or LA, those environmental department actually hiring a Vietnamese bilingual inspector, work with them in order to deal with the certified nail salon, become a healthy nail salon. The Marin County is not ready to do that. So they don't want to get involved. So they said, well, we can support you some training to make sure the worker know how to deal with those things and how to treat the customer right. That's all we can do. So like I said again, Tony, talk to Julia and give me a call and we can come back. I still have some energy. So
good.
How can we make that become reality? Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, and so does anybody else have questions, or do we continue with Sue's question? I'm just.
I have a question, but I can wait.
You sure?
I really had a question.
Does anybody else have a question?
Beverly had her hand raised.
Beverly.
Oh, hi, Beverly.
Yes.
Okay, yes, Beverly. What's your question?
Hi, thank you for acknowledging me. It's fascinating and wonderful to hear that we've gotten to the point that we're aware of what people of color are being exposed to, and people are trying to protect the workers and people that are just making minimum wage. I think that's, I'm just so proud of us all for doing this. And I think that's wonderful. And we're protecting the clients too. But I also wonder, when I'm talking to the Vietnamese community, when you start talking about toxic chemicals, whether we remember the bigger toxic chemicals and who's responsible for that. And I'm talking about the Agent Orange used in the Mekong Delta and how that affected the second generation of Vietnamese that were born in this country that had a higher rate of cancers that they died of. Now, the Australian government took responsibility for what they had to do with Agent Orange, and they gave money to these people, but it didn't happen here. America has never taken responsibility for that. But the American soldiers are now getting up to my age, gray hair, and they're developing neuropathic, that means brain pain kinds of inability to walk, balance problems now. And they're starting to realize and think that so much of this must be due, because they talk to each other. But like, why are they all having these problems? And they're wondering whether the Vietnamese community and the veterans can come together and finally get the American government to face up for the responsibilities of what these toxic chemicals did. And every time I talk to Vietnamese people, I want to put in that little thing to say, you know, please, I think the government should, and especially we're in another war again, that during wars, we just can't do these kinds of things because the lasting effects of this. So it's not a question, that's just something I wanted to make sure that we don't forget about. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Beverly. I think we're talking about the orange. I think that I did involve that maybe like a few years ago, and I think we lose that in the court for many times. So I think that you know, even I went back to Vietnam. I went to school and went to the to see those kids grow up. You know, like lost, you know, like a lot of ability to become like a normal person. I mean, that's so sad to see that. And thank you for bringing that up. And I think when you're talking about we are united, and that's a very, I think maybe Vinh can answer that, because like, you know, I'm a little bit younger generation, because I know a lot political about that. Even a lot of Vietnamese people here, they not, you know, like, you know, some of them, they not really agree with that the decision we make or whatever. Yeah. And that you're right. We need to be, you know, all united. Need to fight for that. And talking about like happened like 40 years ago, we still not resolve that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Beverly. Okay, who should we go back to? Should we go back to another of Sue's question then?
Or I'll yield to Jean too, because she started. Maybe Jean and then Vin, and then I'll chime in. Jean?
I have a simple question to all three, Tina and Mark Fugam and Tony. What can AAAM do to work with your group? Because I know Vin has been advocating for this issue and Marin County kind of turned a deaf ear, but I don't want to give up. And I would like to continue to work with the group. So maybe you can suggest the first step, what we can do.
I think for me, that's good to talk about that today. I only been to the collab maybe like 2 years right before the COVID. So I think so that's really good to understand that not only the county to county very different, and we talk about the Marin County until today. I sit down here and listen to Vin talking about we missing about that in Marin County. Every county have that, but why not in Marin County? I think that's good to really speak up about that, and I think I will bring that up to my boss and also that, so we can start working again. So I think that's only thing I can say right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just want to quickly respond to Beverly. By the way, how you doing? I haven't seen you for a while again, Beverly, and we used to work together for many years back. It's so good to see you strong and healthy and smiling. Actually, the Agent Orange is the last political issue in between, because the refugee population in the United States, about 3 million people, against that Agent Orange to repatriate to the Vietnamese government, because they think there was a communist. They started a war, so they should be punished that way. So the communist country don't think that. They think, well, that is people issue. Many people were sick by the Agent Orange. So it's a lot of political issue anyway. So we don't know how to resolve that. Hopefully in the future, people will forgive each other and think back and look to think differently. But I can tell you why the Healthy Nail Salon started. Because in Oakland, they have a great clinic called the Asian Health Service Center. I don't know if you all know that. Because we've seen so many patients walk in, have rash in the face, have tear, and hard to breathe. So the doctor asked them what kind of occupation they're doing. Majority of them respond, 80% are nail salon. So that's what the Healthy Nail Salon started. So a group of people working in that clinic, especially a social worker, they start that one. So they call me up, they call some other folk together. That's how Healthy Nail Salon started, because the sickness of the patient report to them what kind of occupation they are. So they start paying attention to the nail product. So that's how it started. And another question, why so many Vietnamese people work in a nail salon, not other population? There's another history about that, because there was the actress, the one who are we not to remember who played the bird. You remember the movie called The Bird? Who's the actress? The name the actress, the bird, the main actress, The Bird.
Yeah, that's the movie like yeah, I think on 60.
Yeah. What's the name of the actress? Remember the name?
Let me check it out. Yeah, what's the name?
She's the one. She at Sacramento at that time. Many refugees come to the United States. The husband, a high-ranking officer, most of them speak Vietnamese. The foreign language they speak French, not English. So very difficult.
T.P. Hedren.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's her. Yeah.
That's it. So he see the one, see those the why of those high-ranking officers very actively looking for work. So she suggests them should look in a beauty industry to work in the hair and nail something. So they start with 3 of them. So that's the history of nail salon. So eventually go out. So nail salon is dominated by the Vietnamese population now in the United States at 90% of the history. Yeah. So that's how the nail started. That's how the healthy nail salon started. The history. Hope that would help you a little bit. In terms of advocacy, Tony, you talk to your boss and tell them to call us in AAM. Now we think we are very active now. We're not sleeping like before. We are totally. So okay. We can get together to do something.
The thing about the bills that Tony was mentioning, I understand that nationally there is a push, and I don't know if it passed already, for Medi-Cal to expand to a 1-year postpartum for people. So I think that maybe have passed. So I'm glad that's helpful. And then let me just say this one other. Nail salon is like the hair salons, you know, it's a cosmetic cosmetology industry. And my impression for some of the hair salons is that the individual hairstylists actually rent a chair, you know, so they're not necessarily working for the salon. So then they become independent workers or self-contractor, self-employed. And I don't know if that's the situation in the nail salons where they do that, or if they're, because that was a problem. You said that they're misclassified as contractor independent workers. Therefore, they're not entitled to a lot of those other benefits. So I don't know what the case is. But if we're looking at that industry, I was just thinking that that's the same model. If they're not following that model, then if they're hired as workers, then I do hope that they are treated as employees with full benefits, especially with all these different health issues, you know, that it's really important to have health insurance, sick leave, and this thing about earning $27,390, and some people are working up to 70 hours a week. That's like 10 hours, 7 days a week. And sure, they're waiting for clients to come in and out, but still to have to be away from your family, away from your home for that amount of time and not being compensated. So I don't know how that whole industry is, whether they're paid by hour, paid by clients. You know, I think about my mother, who was a seamstress in the sewing factory, and they were paid per piecemeal, you know, kind of stuff. And so it was the same thing. They had to work many, many hours to earn, you know, some kind of an income. So anyway, I'm gonna just leave it with that. And I think I covered most of my questions or comments. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I just want to go back to your, I think your comment and question about, like, you know, most of the nail technician, they I think 95% they have to working with the owner, the owner. So maybe 5%. I do see some of them they rent the space to working. Usually they have like one space for the hair, one space for the nail. So they pay like pay for the owner like maybe 40, 60. I see that a lot. Lately after the pandemic, most of the owner, they don't want to pay by check anymore because they said because they don't have enough income to pay for the all employee. So they're working by turn. Like example, they have like 3 employee waiting. So if the customer walking there, so okay, maybe like number 1 work, and sometimes, like, you know, sometimes they don't have even, you know, like some of them like waiting for like 6-7 hours. They might have 1 or 2. So that's not really much either, because like maybe like $30 and 50 they have to give that to the owner. So they very low. We talk about 27,000 that before pandemic. Now very different now. They just barely to pay the rent and the food for the family.
Okay, do we have other questions or comments, or can we maybe we've gone over time and we should, we did say to our guest speakers that we would end at 8. So do we have a last question, or are we all ready to?
We're ready. We're ready to.
We're ready
Yes.
to.
Yeah,
Dinner.
Yes, so if you all have more questions for Tony, Tony, can we share the?
Yeah, please.
the
I mean, if I can answer, please I can ask for someone answer that. So
Okay,
please
and
do
then
so.
also Vin
problem.
knows a lot about these things because he's been with the collaborative for a long time. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you. Good evening. Goodbye.